We come now to our time of morning prayer requests and praise reports. And you'll notice with me in your bulletin there is a section where we have our prayer list listed. You'll see those names there that we've been praying for. We've had a lot of people to lose loved ones over the last week or two. We want to lift them up. And I do want to ask you this morning to remember a man named Terry Cale, who is the youth pastor at Covenant Baptist Church in Granite Falls. He had been sick for a while, and they had just found out this morning that they think he has the H1N1 flu and are rushing him to Carolina Medical Center because he's not looking good at all. And this church, of course, finding out this news this morning is going to be hard on them with their youth pastor, Terry Cale. And just lift him and his family up as he's on his way probably now to Carolina Medical Center. Is there any other prayer requests or praise reports that anyone would like to make mention of this morning? Yes?
I'm glad to have my husband back home today.
That's right. Steve been out deer hunting in Kansas and not deer, huh? Pheasant hunting. I'm sorry. That man hunts everything, doesn't he? What'd you say?
He has the deer.
He has the deer on. That's right. Need no more. But we're glad to have you back, Steve. And I know he enjoyed his trip, but I think a blizzard blew in on him, and we're glad that he got back safe and sound. Anyone else with a prayer request or praise report this morning? Yes, Joyce.
We have my brother, Buster Gilbert, on our prayer list already, but I'd like for our congregation to say that prayer session for him and his family this week.
Okay. Okay. He's in hospice?
No, he's at home.
Okay. All right. So let's remember Buster Gilbert. He's not been doing well the last couple of weeks. In fact, Joyce mentioned it to me. So we want to continue to lift him up. I saw Billy's hand, was it? Whose hand? Oh, April's. I'm sorry. I knew there was one back that way. Yes. So April's son Casey and his wife Samantha is here with us today, and they're home for a couple of weeks. Glad to have you here also, and safe and sound. Anyone else this morning?
We have two praises. Carly ran her first half marathon yesterday in Charlotte, and she finished. I don't know exactly what her time was, but I'm really proud of her for doing that well on that. And we also found out this week that Matthew and Amy are having a little girl.
Little girl. Something in the water about these girls.
Lots of sopranos again.
I do want to ask that you continue to pray for my dad. He's been having some eye surgery, and I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff, but he's had 2 eye surgeries to keep him from going blind in the last month, 6 weeks. And we also found out he suffered a mini stroke. His eye had been drooping, and my sister and I had been on him about some things. He doesn't do things that he really needs to take care of himself. But you know how dads are when the kids try to tell them what they need to do to take care of themselves. But just pray. He has had a mini stroke, and he's recovering from it. And they said probably take 6 months for his eye to get back to normal. But pray for Ruth. We are down to a 7.5 week count. Exactly. We went Friday to the doctor, and it is scheduled. Her C-section will be February the 3rd. We have to be at the hospital at 5 a.m. that morning. And so the baby will be here on February the 3rd, unless something drastically changes between now and then. But just pray for her. She's, you know how the tail end of pregnancy goes. Those of you who have been through it, it's tough. So she's been doing the best she can. But just lift her up and pray that the baby and everything will be just fine. Any other prayer requests? Yes.
I've got one. A young couple in Wesley's family, I guess they'd be like his second or third cousin. She's expecting their second baby, and they just recently found out that the baby has some very serious health conditions and probably won't live once the baby's born. And she's due like within the next 4 or 5 weeks. So if you'll just remember Lindsay and Joel, and I need to get their last name, but I don't remember how to spell it.
Yes.
So Lindsay and Joel and their baby.
Yeah. Okay. Let's remember this couple, Lindsay and Joel, and finding out that their baby's got a tragic illness and probably will not survive in being born at all. And that's tough to know that you're going to have to carry a baby knowing that it won't be born, or won't be able to live. So let's lift them up with this situation, and all those who have, like I mentioned earlier, who have lost loved ones this past week. And if you would like to have any of these requests printed in the bulletin, please get a form on the office door. There's a box there. Fill it out, drop it back in, and Amy will be sure to get it, and they will get in the bulletin once she gets the forms. Anyone else, if anything?
Bobby.
Yes.
Some of you may remember, and over the years, you have been in the Methodist Church a long time, the Lake Juleska Singers have been directed by Glenn Draper since 1955. I was a kid. I didn't even know the Juleska Singers existed then. But anyway, we went to the celebration last night of his last concert, which was fabulous. He brought back all of the alumni that had served him through the years. That stage was full. They had done a presentation on Thursday night, Friday night, and last night. He had brought people from everywhere. His people have scattered from Colorado, Chicago, Tennessee, just everywhere. One person was on stage from Hickory, and she got the loudest ovation. But anyway, in the Methodist faith, we need to give celebration for what he has done. He has served us 55 years as a leader in music. And if you've ever been to anything in the summertime at Lake Juleska, you were always treated by Glenn Draper's direction and with the Juleska Singers. So we hope that group will continue, but it will be under the direction of someone else. Glenn is 78 years old with the energy of a 16-year-old. I mean, he directs, he goes into one song right after the other. So just wanted to say praises and celebrations for that event and his leadership. Absolutely, yes. We've been around a long time, and Glenn has. He's, I don't know him personally, but I've seen him a couple times, and she's right, he's got the energy of a 16-year-old. And has done a great job with Juleska Singers. I want to offer up praise, and I don't want to embarrass him, but for David. David Wood has been working extremely hard on our website. If you get an opportunity to go to our website, please go check it out and pray for David. He's putting new things on there. I think the cantata's on there in full, is it not, David? So if you want to see the cantata again, the Christmas cantata is on our website in full. It's in different parts because of the way he has to set it up, but you can watch it all over again, and it's awesome. And he has been doing a ton of work, and I just want to say thank you, David, as a pastor, that he's worked a lot on the website. He's done a lot for me in the last couple of months. I'm just trying to get a lot of things together, and I'll tell you what, it's good to have somebody that can work their way around a computer. Anyone else? A prayer request or praise report? Alright. If all hearts and minds are clear, then let's go on to the Lord in prayer this morning, just thanking Him for the blessings we have been receiving every day of our lives. And just pray for the rest of this time of celebration that people will truly be focused on while we celebrate our holiday we call Christmas. And I want to pray for the respect. We talked a lot yesterday about the respect of people in other holidays. You know, people have, you do have Hanukkah and you have Kwanzaa in the same month. And I think, people need to respect the other holidays just as much as they respect ours. And I think it's a mutual respect of all people. But I think we just need to pray for the reason why anyone celebrates the season. They have a reason too, and they're religious holidays. And we need to pray. But I want to celebrate Christ, and I choose as a Christian to celebrate Christ. And that's my choice. And I would love for everybody to know Jesus, because He is the way, the truth, and the life. And I pray that we can present that to even those people that celebrate other holidays, but we need to do it in a respectful manner. And I pray for that every day of my life. As Christians, we will respect those as we try to share Christ with them, because if we don't respect them, we push them farther away from Christ.